and like and comment on my stuff to see more of it. So the preference, in other words, or the algorithm, in other words, is your personal preference that Facebook is decoding from your brain that you don't even know that it's doing. Another thing that he said, basically every single day when you open up your news feed, Facebook is coming to you asking, do you like this? Do you like this? Do you like this? Do you like this? And as you're scrolling that feed, you're either, yes, I like this. Yes, I like this. No, I don't like that. Keep scrolling. While you're doing that, Facebook is detecting what you are liking and commenting most on, and it's going to show you more of that stuff. So if every day I go and I like Natalie's post about eating dinner, it's going to show me the post of her eating dinner every single day.
It's also noticing words that you're writing. Like he was saying, Facebook doesn't know the difference between love and hate. So if you're always saying, like, I hate pineapple, it's going to show you a lot of pineapple. You know, like, you have to be careful about what you're writing, and what you're putting out there is what you're going to see back.
Yes. And then he also said something else, which was kind of his pet peeve, but once he said it, it kind of like made sense to me as a reason why you shouldn't do. One of his biggest pet peeves is when you type out a post, and this will hurt you if you do this. If you type in a terminology that you and your close friends understand, nobody else understands it, they're going to look at you like, what the heck are you talking about? That makes no sense to me, and it's a foreign language. For example, I just made all this rap cash today. Who in the world, as far as outsiders, I mean, of course, we all know what rap cash is. They don't know what rap cash is. They're like, what the heck is that? That girl's crazy, and they scroll right by it. So you have to use terminology if you want to bring outsiders in that those outsiders are going to understand. I'm saying outsiders like they're like
potentials.
Yes, thank you.
Things like also things like fast start bonus, customer, auto shipment. Is somebody trying to talk, or is that my computer?
I'm not sure. I was trying to ask a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Is this being recorded and being put on Facebook later? Because I'm just busy right now.
It's being recorded, yeah.
Okay, I just don't want to miss it. Thank you.
Somebody's trying to talk and they're cutting out.
Yeah, I can't hear.
How about, I think everybody can mute their computer or phone while Kendra and Taylor are talking. That'll help us.
Okay, so for me, I know, like, I followed a lot of It Works people for a good year before I joined, and I saw a lot of terminology, like I was just saying, things that we're really familiar with, like Ruby bonus and auto shipment and loyal customer and distributor. But I didn't always know what those things were before, and I was already annoyed with the company, as a lot of people are, in a sense, I guess. So I wasn't going to take the time out of my day to go learn what those things mean. So whenever you're posting, think a little hard about what you're posting and go into more detail about what the definitions of these things are without using the actual words. People will feel like they can relate to you more and feel like you're different than the other distributors, so they will want to interact with you more. So they will be interacting with you, and you will be showing up more in their news.
I agree with that. So he said, in a sense, to before you post anything, even if on Instagram, because I mean, this kind of does go hand in hand, ask yourself, like, are people going to understand what I'm talking about? And you would think, like, obviously, I should ask myself that before every post, right? But really ask yourself, are they going to understand what I'm talking about when I'm talking about this customer using this product? Are they going to know what relief is and what it does? Make sure that you are defining things when you're talking outside of this terminology that us rap girls have.
And I'm going to add something to that too, because I find myself doing it sometimes too. And we just get so used to, like, posting our products or whatever. But like with this, the cleanse BOGO or buy two, get one, you know, a lot of times we're like, oh, you know, cleanse is on super special, blah, blah, blah. And people are like, look, what the crap is cleanse? Like, we're, you know, what are the chances of, like, maybe we posted something earlier that explained it more, but then the next time we didn't say anything. We're just like, oh, it's buy two, get one. Nobody cares. Like, so we're all guilty of kind of like taking a shortcut there and not explaining. It doesn't have to be a paragraph, but just, you know, giving a little more detail so people know what the heck we're talking about, because sometimes we forget that we're not informing people.
Right. And like you just said, like you'll go into detail in the post previous to that, but not in your next post or the next post after that. Well, he was saying that 1 in 50 people see your posts. So there's a good chance that the person that's seeing your less detailed post didn't see your post. So keep that in mind. It's all about putting more effort into what you're posting.
Taylor, was it 1 in 50, or was it 1 in 5 and 1 in 50 for a Facebook page? Like, if you have
1 in 50 for a business post, and then that's if you have a business.
Oh, okay, my bad.
And then it's 1 out of 5 on your personal Facebook.
Okay.
I lost my spot. Okay, well, I need to change that then.
Yeah, so that's what they were saying about, you know, business pages. Yes, there is a place for them and they can work, but when you see the numbers like that, when people think, you know, should I share my business through my personal page or my business page? Well, if it takes, you know, 1 in 50 on your business page to see something, I mean, that is all that effort being exerted that's not getting noticed, you know, as it would be on a personal page. So I think that's a great point.
Yeah, I've been debating if I wanted to make a business page or not, but I haven't, because I feel like personal pages are more personal, obviously.
Yes, I agree with that.
So
the algorithm is basically figuring out what you like and what you don't like and showing it to you every day. So here is where it gets kind of crazy. Once you hear these numbers, you're going to be like, what the heck, Facebook, you're working completely against me. So say you have like 500 friends or more on Facebook. On average, your friends are making 1,500 Facebook posts a day. And Facebook filters through those and shows you about 300 of those 1,500 posts per day. So for every 300, wait, let me reread this before I say it. So for every 15 posts that are delivered to you, there's 100 posts that are not being delivered to you. When I say delivered to you, that means that they're coming across your news feed. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. So for every 15 posts that you're scrolling through your Facebook page, your news feed, there's 100 you're not receiving. So there was a kind of a really, really nice tip that John Eric gave us to use groups for your newsfeed. I don't know if anybody knows how to do that, but there is a feature on your Facebook where you can go and create groups, not in a message, but on your actual newsfeed. So you can do, and it actually already populates groups for people that live in your city that you have registered on your Facebook account for your jobs. Like if you're employed somewhere else and say you work somewhere, all those people that are on your Facebook that work at that same place, they're going to be in a group too. You can also go through and create custom groups. Like I have made one for my downline so that I can go through and make sure that I'm seeing their posts every day and commenting and liking on their stuff. And then I have one for my potentials so that I'm knowing to check in with them every day and still liking their stuff so that they know that I'm still here.
Do you can you do that from your phone or Facebook groups? I just see it.
Okay. I think that's just like your group messages on your phone. Is it?
Can you see?
No, I haven't tried to mess with that.
When you make the list, it has to be off your computer, but once you make the list, you can add it from your phone.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. And then I have a list for my potentials, and that's every single person that has ever talked to me about the business. So that list is huge. It's a huge list. But it's people that I can go through and still interact with on a daily basis to let them also know that I'm still here. So that's something that I would suggest everyone do. That reason being, with those different lists that you're working off of, you're going to see a larger variety of people's posts to interact with those people. So once you're interacting with more people interact with you, your post gets delivered to more people.
Yes. I was just writing down to make a Facebook list. Okay. Also, so geolocations. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about those just because I have kids and lots of friends on Facebook and Instagram, but we're not talking about Instagram right now. So he was saying that, like, if you tag yourself at Disney World, well, all of the friends that you have been talking to recently, or all of your Facebook friends that have been talking about Disney World recently, you will show up on their news feed. So that's really good. Like, oh, are you okay? Sorry. That's really good.
It's so real life. It's just funny.
I know. So if you are thinking about trying to sell wraps to local people, like wraps you have on hand, that would be a good time to tag your geolocation. If you are, I mean, I have some distributors who tag it in everything so that people who are local will see it. I would do it in census for selling wraps I have on hand. But what I'm saying is, like, people who have tagged somewhere, and I live in the Woodlands, so people who have tagged, I'm in this part of the Woodlands, like, I will show up in their newsfeed if I'm around them, if that makes any sense. Let's see.
Another this fact I think has been thrown out there for so long. The average person logging into Facebook 6 times a day, they essentially scroll through 50 posts before they close out of the app and go on and do something else. So it's something about, I don't remember, Taylor, maybe you can help me remember what he said from that point. If you post like more than 5 times a day, how it can hurt your other posts being shown on Facebook.
So I'm trying to figure out how he worded it, but
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do too.
If you, okay, so say Christina here, she interacts with me a lot on Facebook, so my stuff comes, like, pulls up whenever she logs on, like, I'm in her newsfeed. Well, Facebook isn't going to show her all of my 12 posts I've done that day in a row. Facebook will pull the most popular things, I guess, to show her. So if you're posting 10 times a day, obviously your product posts aren't getting that many likes as where your life posts are. So if I'm wanting her to want some wraps, she's not going to see that because that wasn't what got the most interaction. So he's saying that you need to post no more, like 5 times a day is the most you need to post. Once you push 6, you're shooting yourself down. Facebook would be fighting with you as to which post it's wanting to show out of the 5 that you're posting. It will show all 5 more of the time than it wouldn't. But it's not going to take all 10. So what he's saying is the less you're posting, the less Facebook is trying to figure out what actually to show her and what not to show her. So if the fewer posts there are, the more that she will see, if that makes sense at all.
The thing that I wrote down that he said was, like, basically, if you're posting more than that, you're competing with yourself.
That's what I was
that
trying
makes
to say.
the most sense. Like you guys said, you know, if your life posts are getting more, or the most recent post, I think he said it was like 90 minutes or an hour and a half to 3 hours is kind of like the lifespan of your posts. And for like 18 hours, like once you hit 18 hours, your post from that time period is basically dead to Facebook. Like it just disappears. So, you know, those 5 posts will get the most feed time because there are not, you know, a dozen of them a day.
Right.
He also said something about like the time frame from when Instagram and Facebook will peak every day. And Facebook will peak a little bit earlier. I think it was like 11 to 12 at night. That's when your Facebook will peak, and like after that it'll completely die off because the demographic is much older on Facebook, where Instagram it's like 1 and 2 a.m. is where it peaks at. So after that, you know, like,
what do you mean by peak? Like that's when the most,
yes, there's like
the most activity dies down.
Yeah. Most people like stop using for the time. So
so there's less interaction. Okay.
I think so. So after that time there will be like nothing
okay
going on. So don't post that late. Basically.
So another thing that's very, very important, he was talking about sharing your pictures from Instagram to Facebook. There is the little toggle switch that you can click that will share your Instagram photo to Facebook. But what that's doing is putting it in an Instagram album. Albums don't get shown as much as mobile uploads do. And do you remember why he said why, Kendra?
Because even though Facebook has bought out Instagram, Facebook wants you to use Facebook. Facebook doesn't want you to use Instagram. Just like with Snapchat, if you are uploading stuff from Snapchat and putting it on your Facebook, it like basically weighs down your post so that not as many people see it. Because Facebook doesn't want you to close out of their app and open up Snapchat. Something to do with that.
Yeah. I really wish I could. That's like a lot of the nerdy talk that I wish I knew how to speak. It made a lot of sense with it.
He was saying that just like albums in general, like Facebook kind of knows that albums are like
do well.
What did he say? That they are not like as popular, like people just add stuff to albums. It's not as important almost like, so it kind of ignores that stuff that goes into an album consistently. Whereas if it's a direct post onto your timeline or your feed or whatever, it's like, it's just, you know, it's just marked as more important, I guess.
Yeah. It's something about the weight of it. The moral of the story is do not click that toggle switch.
And we are so guilty because it's so easy to do. I'm still doing it after they said don't do it like 6 months ago. I've still been doing it because I'm like so programmed to, you know, do what we've been doing. So
just don't do it. Just try real hard. And so what I've been doing since I've learned to only post the 5 times, I'll only post my opportunity posts and my before and afters on Facebook. I won't do anything else. And that also, because like for a long time I was taking away from my Instagram and really getting into my Facebook, not even productively. I just felt like there were more people that I knew on my Facebook, which obviously that doesn't make any sense for business. But since I am limited to what I can do on Facebook, it's really made me get back into my Instagram and working my Instagram harder. So that's maybe a good way to think about it if you feel like you've been slacking on your Instagram. And then he was talking about, when he was talking about interactions, I know how easy it is to like something, but comments are a lot stronger. Comments have a lot more weight than likes do. So, it like I'm not going to go and interact with somebody who liked my picture. There are 40 people that just like my picture. I'm not going to go talk to all of them. But if I comment back to somebody who commented on my picture, then they will comment back to me, and then we'll have a little conversation, and there's some interaction going, and Facebook will see that that person's interested in me, and Facebook will show that person more of my posts.
That was the big thing that they were talking about. Like people assume that they will see more of our posts if we're just liking and commenting, but it doesn't work that way unless, like you said, people then say, hey, oh, who is this person that's giving me attention? And then they go and like our stuff. Then once they've liked our stuff, then they're going to be like seeing all of it in their feed. So yeah. I think it's really important we like you said, put that extra effort out there. And same thing with Instagram too. Like Instagram, it's not gonna. Instagram has its own algorithm, which I don't even know how we get into that yet. But I guess we'll do a new Zoom on that once we find out more. If we find out more.
Yeah. If I feel like it's super secret.
It's super sneaky too. Like it's just kind of slipping it in there, and we're like, I don't know what's going on.
So also, you've probably heard the phrase a lot when you've started your business as far as interacting with other people, that if you like somebody's post, it's like a virtual high five. And if you comment on the post, it's like a virtual hug to your internet friends. So with that being said, if you go and comment on somebody's post on Facebook and say it has 0 likes, but it has 1 comment, it's basically categorizing that post as having 10 likes. So it moves it up because a comment weighs more than a like. So if something has 20 likes, but there's 2 comments on it, on something else, you're probably going to see that more than what you're seeing is most liked. So if you really want people to see your business posts, get comments on them. Make them interactive and like get people commenting on them, because that's going to bump them up more than having 10 likes on them.
Also, going live on Facebook, that makes me nervous, because I can't be like, oh shoot, no, I'm not posting this. It's already there. It's already out there. But you have to step out of your comfort zone, right?
Yeah, makes me nervous to do it, but it's fun. It's kind of like a rush.
Yeah, right.
We're so lame. We're like getting a rush from Facebook Live. I totally feel that though.
But so what's happening is whenever you're live, people are commenting. Whenever you're done being live, it uploads as a video. Well, the more comments you're
obtaining.
You too, be careful. The more comments your video has, the more weight it has. So the more, like, Facebook's like, oh, look how many people are interested in this. I'm going to share it with more people. You know what I mean? So whether it's, like earlier I did something of Tessa wearing like a goofy shirt or something. But if I did one of like me rapping, I really want to do a live video of me rapping.
Did you guys see that one earlier? That was really good. That I watched it and I was like so jealous. I can't. Susan Wade, I think, did it, of her rapping. You guys should go watch it because she looks. It's so professional. Like if we could only be that professional in a live video.
Oh my gosh, I'm so not a professional person. That makes me nervous.
I mean, it's totally fun and everything, but so
I'll look into that. But yeah, so obviously, okay, so then it's already making you more comfortable stepping out of your comfort zone, because I feel like that's the most we can get. Like, we're in our own house behind a screen. Like, you have to step out of your comfort zone at some point. So at least start there. So people are interacting with you on your videos. Well, their friends, if it's the same way, their friends will see that they're interacting on something and you'll show up more. I could be completely ruining this, so I'm not even going to continue that thought because I'm not positive on the credentials for that.
Well, so, the same thing that you were saying about having more weight, I think what he was kind of saying is like once you're done with the live video, then it turns it into like a real video. Yes. And since it already has all those comments, it gets more weight as opposed to if you were just to take a video that you put on YouTube and then put the link on there and it has no interaction. One that's already got all this action going is going to show up more often on people's feeds.
And that was also reminded me of, for instance, if you were like, for some reason, which I don't think that any of us even do that, make videos on YouTube and then post them to your Facebook, or even with like a GoDaddy website, because I know that some of our team has GoDaddy websites linked to their actual It Works website so that it can be posted to Facebook. Posting a link like that is actually going to dock your post down. Kind of the same reason that it would when you're uploading to your Instagram album, because once you click on that link, you close out of Facebook and you go to YouTube. That's what happens. So Facebook doesn't want you to do that. Facebook wants you to do everything on Facebook.
That's what I was trying to say earlier. You just
sorry.
No, that was the wording I was trying to come up with, but it just didn't come out.
Something to think about.
So what you could do is take a picture on Snapchat. Hold on. Take a picture on Snapchat and type your website there. Hold on, Tessa. Or you can go into, WordSwag, and make a picture with your website on it. I used to post my website everywhere, but now obviously I'm not going to do that anymore because I learned you shouldn't do that.
And also, if you're going to do videos, they said that like the life of a video on Facebook is about 90 seconds. So if you want something big to happen in a Facebook live video, make it happen in 90 seconds. Because after 90 seconds, people fall off. Like people stop watching your lame videos and go on about their lives. So
yeah. I'm guilty of getting bored with videos.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so copying and pasting people's captions. Please do not do that. I know we used to do that. I especially used to do that a lot. You should always ask permission if you're going to do that. I've been seeing a few people take my posts recently. It's happened to a few other teammates as well. I didn't know that it docks your posts or your posts. It will push it down because Facebook thinks everybody has already seen this, so why does it need to be shown again? So not only are you hurting yourself, but you're hurting the person that you take it from. So if you're going with permission to use somebody's post, edit it, put in your name, put in different emojis, edit a few words out, like Natalie doesn't say y'all, but I say y'all. So if Natalie is like, hey, y'all, check out this sale, people are going to be like, what is she talking about? She'll be like, hey, guys, look what is 50% off. You know, like you can still use other people's ideas. We're all here to inspire each other, but definitely make it your own.
And I think, too, like you said, ask permission, and that's totally okay. But along that same like line of thinking is like, if we're taking the time to ask permission, like that's just time we could have been putting into like using our own, like writing our own posts. So I think, and it's just going to make you stand out more, and maybe somebody's still going to copy and paste your post when you put extra energy into it. But the other people are not, like the people, your potentials, whatever, they're going to see that and think, wow, she really put effort into this, instead of this looks generic. And, people aren't dumb. They know when something is like super copy and pasted looking. So.
Yeah. Like if you're not one to use a whole bunch of emojis, but you have a post with every emoji twice in it.
On the same lines of the emoji thing, I don't know if you guys had this in your posts or in your notes, but he was talking about putting things that are important in the beginning of your posts as well, as far as like your emojis, putting those in the beginning. Even your hashtags, not hashtagging like for the real reason of hashtagging, but hashtagging because like John Eric does that a lot. He just uses funny hashtags that are ironic or whatever. That also puts those things in bold, so people are going to pay attention. And then the other part, I don't want to talk if you guys have that in your notes.
The feeling, if you use the feeling feature on your posts, like if you're posting something and you, I wish I could show, it says you can update a feeling or an activity or something like that. And what that's going to do on your post is put that in bold right up by your name. So people are going to scroll by, they're going to see, oh, it's that rap girl again, but oh, wait, she has a feeling and it's in bold, so I'm going to stop and look at it. So that will help get you noticed a little bit more. And it's just a little smiley face right there by your, if you want to upload a picture or put your video or whatever, there's a little smiley face there. And then I can put how I'm feeling, and there's all kinds of feelings. And John Eric was even saying, like, you don't even have to use a feeling that's already uploaded on there. Like, make up your own feeling. And people are going to think, like, what is that? And it's going to draw attention to your post, and they're going to read it. So using that will get you noticed, I guess. And using the return key, which I know that some of us do that. Like, I actually used Natalie's post as an example when I was explaining it to my team. She made that post, I think it was just yesterday, of you and John and like your story. When you posted that, you used the return key to separate it into multiple paragraphs versus it just being one giant story that my eyes are going to get tired and not want to read. So using the return key is going to break that up, and using punctuation as well. That punctuation is just my tip. John Eric didn't say that, but I recommend it. Because if you just have one giant run-on sentence, I'm going to stop reading it because I don't know what you're talking about. So use the return key, because once I have to read something small and then I have to hit the see more to see the rest of your post and what you're talking about, I'm obviously intrigued. So that's going to make it easier for me to read and follow along with what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know for me, like, if I see like the full, 6 lines of
Nope.
but if it's like 3 lines and then it says you more, like, I like simple literature, so I'm assuming the rest of the post is pretty simple, so I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna take time out of my day to read that. But like Natalie was saying, the emojis in the beginning of your post versus the end, because I don't know, it's more bright, it draws more attention. People are going to be more interested in what you have to say if all of the emotion is in the beginning, whereas who knows who's going to click read more, so who knows who's going to actually see it. more than likely it's going to be like a family member, a current loyal customer, or a teammate that cares enough to say read more. You know what I mean? Unless you have like a strong potential.
And another thing that is going to be a penalty in the algorithm is if you only do text posts. If you make all these posts all day long and they're just words with no pictures, nobody's going to see your stuff. The photos on Facebook account for 93% of the most engaging posts. And on top of that, they create 53% more likes versus just a text-only post and 104% more comments. So if you want that interaction, make sure that you're not just posting text posts. I don't think that any of us do that. And I post things with just text occasionally because I think that, I don't know if it helps me or hurts me, but according to the algorithm, it hurts me. Like if I'm asking for advice on something and I just want people to interact with me on my Facebook and get, a conversation flowing between people, I do sometimes only use text posts and I seem to get interaction on those. So I think it just kind of depends on what you've posted that day and, what you had for breakfast. So it just.
Yeah, I agree. I do that. I probably do that maybe like 1 or 2 times a week, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, just if it, like I posted something that happened to us today and I didn't really have a picture to go with it.
Yeah.
I could have made a picture go with it. But like, I feel like you do, like sometimes people just want to know a little bit about our day and not really like our pictures all the time. So maybe something that's a little more heartfelt and
it's different. They're so used to seeing pictures from us. When they see just text, they're going to stop and look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what he said versus how I feel about it. So you can take what you want and do with what you please. And then another thing that he said that like really hit me, and it's going to take back to what Taylor said about the Facebook Live videos, about photos are not photos are not the future. Text, we'll just say text is the past. Photos are not the future. Photos are what's happening right now. So with all your posting right now, the pictures are what everybody is big and into and everybody's looking at them. But however, there was a little hint, a PS, videos are the future. And that's where Snapchat and all that previous Snapchat training that he did for us kind of went into play.
I want to share my note on that. Let's see, Facebook may be competing on videos with Snapchat. So the more videos you post, posting a video may or may not give you more brownie points with Facebook. So it may boost your post a little more to be shown a little more because you are benefiting Facebook in the way of posting videos since they're competing with Snapchat. Does that make sense? If somebody wants to reword that, you need to, because I feel like that's really important.
No, I think you said that about right. My notes basically say exactly what you said, and I don't know how to word it any differently. The Snapchat video weighs more, I guess. And also with the Snapchat, they say that if you scroll past the video, it automatically starts playing. So it gets points. And Facebook doesn't want that Snapchat video to have points. So if you post a video using Facebook, it's going to show that one before the Snapchat because
Snapchat videos.
I don't know. How do you say that?
Does anybody know?
What?
Can you share Snapchat videos to Facebook?
You can save them in your camera roll and upload them.
Oh, okay.
So
as far as I know.
Facebook knows that it's a Snapchat video?
I don't know.
I think what they're just saying is like that's why Facebook has invested so much time and money into this video inside of Facebook as opposed to Snapchat pulling in video or any other app, pulling in video.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good add-on. So pretty much what we're saying is the more videos you're wanting to post, the more going live in Facebook that you want to do, the more brownie points you're going to get with Facebook. So you're going to be boosted a lot more. Your posts will be. So make those videos count because that's what people are going to be seeing.
And now there were a couple other things. There was a separate post that he made the next day after the algorithm video training went on. And it kind of was a little course of what words to use and what words not to use. And these are words not based on getting noticed on Facebook, but what Facebook is going to take from your post and not show it to people. Facebook is not going to show show your post to people if you have like $10 off, if you have it's only $10, if you have % off, if you have clearance, any of those words, Facebook is going to target them and not share that piece or that post or deliver it to as many people as you want it to. He said that the best words to use are going to be new, this new product, this new promotion. I don't know how you want to word it, but I guess we're all on our own for that. When gets a lot of interaction, I guess, deliverance with the posts, and winner and giveaway. Those were some of the words that are going to really make your posts take off if you use those. And so this algorithm is targeting posts that only push a product. Facebook and the people that use Facebook and Instagram do not want to see more ads. They don't even want to see one ad. They don't want them. They want more adventure. So if you can't make your posts around an adventure and the adventure of you doing something that day and, I don't know, you're incorporating your product post into that adventure, it's going to dock you and nobody's going to see it. So don't make it just a generic ad. Like, here's fat fighters for $23. You can get them on clearance. Don't do that because nobody's going to see it. You can share your adventure by eating a big greasy breakfast and using your fat fighters. That's how you can push product, by being a product of the product.
That was a nice segue there.
So I think that's all I had to say about that, though. Did you have anything to add, Taylor? I think you're muted.
Hey. I do not. I'm not sure that I even got that part of the video. I think that's
that was just a separate post. That wasn't the video. He posted a couple additional things that I just wrote down too.
One thing that may benefit you, it may not benefit you. I just kind of thought of it. I've been trying to not mock leaders, but like kind of follow in their footsteps. Like, they post an opportunity post, I'll post one similar. Obviously not the same wording, but something that has to do with my life. I'm just trying to like go in the footsteps they're going in. So you could do that with John Eric. You could friend him or follow him on Facebook and learn the way that he's doing his posts, like where he puts his emojis, where he puts his hashtags, how he phrases things, his pictures, because obviously he knows what he's doing. So we need to try and mock him in any way we can with our product posts. That's all.
I also would recommend really following him anyways, because not only does he know what he's doing, he knows social media. And since that is what our business is built on, we really need to pay attention to what he says that we need to pay attention to. With the post he made today, and Taylor shared it to the Die and Dream Team group, saying that this algorithm is getting ready to change everything. And everything that we already know, we need to unlearn and relearn in a new way. I wouldn't take it lightly. I would take it very seriously because our businesses will depend on it. So,
and if you're determined enough to do it, then you can probably do anything, because learning social media and all of the facts and numbers that have to go with it, I'm not into that. I don't like any of that, but I'm going to do it because it's going to benefit my business. Like, Kendra wrote down all of these percentages and numbers and facts and all of that, and I'm so glad she did, because I did not in that part. Let's see.
And I think that it's important. I think, Kendra, you said this is really important for us to pay attention to. It totally is. That's why we're doing this. But I feel like I've been scared lately, because you hear about all these changes and you're like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Like, how do I figure this out? But that's why we're here together. We're figuring it out. And just like, from the beginning of this team, when I started, or when I made the team page, and when, new people came in and shared information, we didn't know what we were doing then. Like, we were kind of flying by the skin of our teeth. I don't know if that's the saying, but we were making it up and we were learning as we went along. And this is, in my opinion, I feel like this is good. This is what we need, because we get comfortable doing the same thing. And then all of a sudden our results are kind of dwindling off and we're like, well, what's going on? Well, it's because we did the same thing too much. We didn't change our business up enough. We didn't get more inspired. We didn't push ourselves more. So I feel like this is what we need to take our business to the next level and, stand out from the other stuff, the other stuff that's getting ignored or whatever. So don't fear it, embrace it, I guess, is what I want you guys to do.
Yes. Take this time as learning or building yourself. Just like, I guess, like Natalie, you were just saying, put just the fact that you're able to put in the effort to learning this stuff, even if it doesn't tickle your fancy, then that just shows you how strong you are and how much you actually care about your business and how much you care about it becoming successful. How have you hit that wine glass this whole time?
Look, there's like still a tiny bit in there. The other thing you guys were talking about, Taylor, was it you that shared? I forget who shared it, that just shared that screenshot of John Eric's post. I think I shared the actual event too earlier today. So I guess we'll do another Zoom once that information's out to add to this. I think that would be great.
Just this weekend, so we'll be soaking it up.
Yeah, I'll be looking for you to have all those percentages written down, Kendra.
Yeah.
I'm at the end of my notes, so the rest is yours, Kendra.
I actually, the last thing that I wrote down was another percentage.
Share away.
It was that we already talked about the emojis, but emojis increased post engagement by 33%, and that's all I wrote down.
And there are lots of new emojis coming, right?
Oh, are there?
That there was a post from John Eric that was like 30 or something, 35 new emojis. So
that was that butterfly emoji.
Glasses clinking together.
Yes, cool.
A bunch of fun stuff. So
that's awesome.
I'm excited.
So does anybody have questions at all about anything that we just talked about from the beginning to the middle to the end?
Nothing's too big or too small.
I think for me, for the Facebook, you just said 5 posts a day on Facebook, but that doesn't apply to Instagram, or does it?
No. You should be. I feel like we need to do a little more research on what's going on with Instagram so that we know better information to share. As of right now, I'm treating my Instagram the same as far as how many posts I do. I post I was posting every hour, but then Jenna had a good point that that can make you seem a little annoying. So I've been going every 2 to 3 hours. I'm trying to post between 6 and 8 times a day. What do you do, Natalie?
I think now mine is probably ranging around 8 times a day. It used to get closer to 10 to 12, and there are days that I have higher range, but it probably ranges around 8 times. And I think that's totally fine. I mean, like you said, we don't know all of the specifics about Instagram yet. I think that he did say in that video that it is a little more spread out than Facebook is. So I think for now we're fine. I just, posting every hour is a little, every hour that you're awake is a little much now. So I think every 2 hours is probably a good time frame during the day.
I still get anxiety whenever I see 2 hours, 3 hours since you posted. Oh shoot, what am I doing wrong?
How do you know, how do you choose what to send over to Facebook and what not to? Because I feel like I just want to share everything with Facebook because that's all my friends and family. And my son is adorable, so I just want to send all of my pictures to Facebook.
For me, and this is just how I do it, but I get most of my business off of Instagram. So for me, if I do 3 product posts for the day, I tend to only push one of those over to Facebook, maybe 2, but my business comes from Instagram mostly. So I don't, and we found out we should be doing about 5 posts on Facebook. So I don't want 3 of those posts to be before and afters. I want them to be my life. I want them to be my, you know, what's changing in my life, and sharing, like you said, my kids and whatever, because that stuff, that subliminal business stuff is much more impactful, I think, on Facebook than just your business before and after. So I would just stick to, you know, your opportunity post, 3 of your, you know, personal things throughout the day, and like a before and after, and see how that goes. And if it seems like you need to tweak it, then, you know, feel free to tweak it.
I agree with that, especially because we should be trying to bring our Instagram followers over to Facebook.
I agree.
Anybody else? Does anybody have any more questions?
And I'm still guilty. I'm probably going to still post 6 times, maybe 7 on Facebook. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to try to lower it, though. There are days when I'm like up to 10 posts. I'm like, what the heck happened today? Why did I have that much on Facebook? So
yeah, I've been paying really close attention. Like, I won't go over 5 because now I'm like, my Instagram's going to blow up. My Facebook. I'm really nervous about it.
Well, thank you guys for leading the Zoom. I think it was really great. And
yeah, I hope it helped.
I think it did. I think it was really nice to talk about it instead of just watching the video. So thank you guys so much. Did anybody else have questions before we go?
Wait, I want to take a picture. Everybody smile. Let's not do one more second. Okay, wait.
Can you see me in this house? It's not all white in here.
You can be seen.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that works. Cool.
Yeah, my teeth are all dry from standing there. All right, so that's it. I think I recorded it, but I missed the first like 30 seconds or so because there was no room on my hard drive. So, but I got the whole thing. So I will upload that. I have to upload it to YouTube, and then I will post it on the team page. And I think, you know, things are going to change, so this might get outdated with time, but I think it's going to be a good one to share with our new teammates too, so they can understand more of how Facebook's working with them, not against them.
Yes. Well, and we'll stay updated on whatever edits are to come. So I want to keep doing these just so everybody is in the loop and everybody feels confident about what they're doing.
It was fun. Well, thank you guys. I guess we will discuss the next Zoom. I know we've been trying to do them weekly, so we will, what is today, Thursday? We'll try to pick a day for next week and stick to it. And also, last minute, I just want to keep it short, but some of you know, some of you don't know, but Ashley Snyder is on our team, and she had her little boy pass away yesterday. There's a GoFundMe account, so if you're able to help even with $5 or whatever, please go, or just please share her GoFundMe, because she's having a hard time with all of it. Or just send her some love, whatever it is. She could really use that right now. So thank you guys, and we will talk soon.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.